When I walked out of my house on the morning of February 21st, I definitely was questioning my sanity. It was about 10 degrees below zero. The wind hurt my face. My hands hurt as I was loading my truck, but man, as that sunrise hit and the road started to take me, I started feeling it. I started feeling like, here we go, man. I'm so excited. We're going down to the Bushcraft Show. We're going to first take a little quick drive down there, then we're going to get into the videos from the Bushcraft Show. And I would just like to thank you all so much for joining me and enjoy the drive as we see some beautiful countryside and enjoy the sunrise. We made it. We're at the Midwest Bushcraft Show. In fact, it's already day 2. It is Saturday, February 22nd. I got here yesterday about 12:30 after meeting up with my boys, Chris and Randy. And yesterday was a cold one. I ain't gonna lie, last night was a little rough. If I'm stumbling around this morning a little bit, it's because my back's a little cranky. But I tell you what, regardless of that, regardless of snow on the ground, regardless of, I think it's maybe 30 degrees right now. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. It's absolutely beautiful out here. This is such a great event every year put on by Shane and Chris. Just hopefully I can get some footage in here, show you how much of a great event it is, and highly encourage anybody else to come out. Thank you so much for watching.
That piece might be a little big for his fire pit.
It's the Autobahn. We are testing the Autobahn or Auto something. Severe winter testing at the Bushcraft Show. We're bushcrafting. Okay, so it's Friday night, about 8:30. You can tell I'm sitting in my truck at the Bushcraft Show because I did it dumb. I let myself get cold. I let my feet get wet and cold. I let my hands get cold. I had the shivers and I couldn't get them out of me. So I've been sitting in my truck for about 15-20 minutes. Diesel heater's running for the tent. We're gonna hope for the best there. So it's a lesson. Don't let yourself get wet and cold. It really, that's when you start getting the shivers and that gets in you, it takes a while to warm up. Right now it's about 20. It says it's 20 degrees outside. Take it, 20-ish. I'd say probably, yeah. And yes, I got very cold, very tired. And don't be dumb like me. Morning. I'm not sure if this is gonna be for YouTube or for just me, for notes for future Ben, but it's currently 2:20 a.m. Woke up to go to the bathroom because mid-40s and my bladder just, and I can say from observations that inside my tent, my little carbon monoxide detector and thermometer over here say it's 45. I would say that's pretty close. Lower to the vent, it's probably in the 60s, close to the vent, but up here by my head, it's probably, I think that's accurate. I will say it is definitely, I think, the thermometer said 15 outside. That's about right. That's cold. It's very cold. Diesel heater thoughts. There's gonna be more. I think it's good. I also am sleeping way better than I thought I would on the ground in this Coleman sleeping bag. But more on that later. So for future Ben, I'm not sure what I think. Future Ben, 15 degrees is pushing it. I think. Yeah, my head got a little cold. That's about it. Anyway, back in the morning, I hope, unless there's a huge fail. Well, good morning. It's 6:30, and I'm up, as so to speak. After the last clip, I actually fell asleep pretty good. After, ironically enough, I was talking about how it was a little chilly in here. Once I got myself all zipped up into my sleeping bag, I started getting warm. I realized the way that I have my my hose routed, and for some reason it warmed up a little bit outside or something. I don't know, but the heater started putting out much warmer air. Of course, I don't have the remote for it, so I couldn't turn it down. Instead, I cracked open a window, and once I got settled in, I was in. So, not the worst night's sleep I've had. Not the best, but it was actually one of the better ones I've had out camping, and one of the best ones I've had winter camping. I'm currently sitting in my chair, letting my back stop scream at me. So one downside of future Ben is getting up off that floor. Lord, I had a leg cramp up, had one of my thigh muscles cramp up, and my back was pissed. I was questioning my life choices at that point, but I'm glad I made it through. It was not an easy night, to say the least, especially getting cold outside. We'll talk more about that later, but I will say I'm very happy with the diesel heater. Continues to be just one of my best purchases. I mean, sure, you guys can hear it clicking. That's the only downside, and I think I'm going to try to replace a fuel pump in it, see if that helps. Otherwise, it's been going for 10 hours now on the same tank of diesel, and it's pretty much it's probably at 60, 70%, and it's just about out heat. I think at one point my thermometer, which is pretty far away from it, from where the heat's coming in, said 50. I'd say beside me it was probably in the 70s. It was very comfortable, especially I had to ditch the wool blanket at about an hour after I made that last video. Once into that, I opened up that window, I was out. So, I'm gonna sit here, read the news, let my back stop screaming, wait for everybody else to wake up, wait for it to warm up a little bit outside, and then go make some breakfast. All right, let's make some breakfast. So this morning, I'm having some My Honey's Kitchen biscuits gravy. I was gonna make some biscuits gravy, but it is too cold. And that's already got its boiling water in it, so that's bacon. I can't wait. If you'll look here, you'll see my coffee I'm making in a French press. And that's not because I raised my pinky. That's just because it's very convenient when camping to use a French press. I'm boiling my water. We're doing a tailgate breakfast this morning. I'm boiling my water using my old MSR Pocket Rocket stove. I've had this stove and that can of isobutane probably 20 years. Well, I don't know about the can, but I've had the stove for over 20 years. Fantastic stove. We're going to put it in the old Arctic tumbler. And we're just using good old 8 o'clock coffee. You know what? It's good. And using the canteen. And boy, I tell you what, I love this Pathfinder canteen set. This is coming clutch this weekend. So I got my spork. And once this is done, I'm going to sit in my truck and warm up, because it is cold, and have some breakfast to read some news. Oh, and just for reference, I mentioned my back being grumpy this morning. Clearing this dang snow is why. There was a lot of snow yesterday. It was heavy, wet stuff. So my old man back this morning is like, nope. But closer. Come on, baby, you can do it. Almost there. Here's just a little quick interior tour as I sit here on the throne in my tent. I probably will say in another video or this video, but I can't tell you how much I love the Gazelle T4. This is the single greatest outdoors purchase, hello hand, that I've ever made. If you look right there, there's where my diesel heater comes in and dumps. That was an absolutely perfect spot. I'll probably talk about it in something else, but yep, here we go. It's just, the amount of room in here is just unbelievable. And I have a very minimal loadout in this tent this time, and I probably will get into it in another video. But if I don't, I mean, this is pretty minimal, and my sleep system, aside from my back when getting up, worked very well. The one interesting thing I'll note this morning is this was sitting on the ground, my Pathfinder canteen, and the water was water when I put it in last night. I picked it up this morning. There's ice in it. The ground is very, very cold. So I have a couple blankets my feet are sitting on that they're working out very well. But again, I can't stress enough how much room is inside the Gazelle T4. It is an outstanding tent. I'll probably buy another one just so I have a backup. I love it that much. There's a little morning shot of the campsite. Got our water. So it's starting to bubble like coffee's coming soon. There's old Chris. Uncle Randy's over there. Tell you what, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a great turnout this year for the Bushcraft Show. And I am so stoked for this coffee and this breakfast. I might have added too much water to the breakfast, but that's okay. We'll have biscuits and gravy soup. But as you can see, I love this bag, this setup. We're going to talk about it again soon. I've been going through my little fire kit because my other one's in the truck and, you know, what have you. But, yeah, there we go. Whoa, almost at coffee time. Okay, final sit rep for the morning. If you can see that little gauge on the side, the Vivor, you can see it's got just a bit of diesel left in it, but you know what? I can't complain too much. I had that thing running all night. It's been 12 hours. It's been running constant. And it was running pretty much 60% the entire time. I just turned it down to low now just to keep my tent warm this morning. But, man, that's a great little heater. Well, here's where Ben was going to tell you about how good his breakfast was and how good that coffee was tasting as he sat in his truck. But past Ben didn't realize that when you have your phone plugged into your Ford sync system, that the darn gondole microphone doesn't work and it doesn't record any audio. Well, so, you know, I guess we don't have any audio from me telling you just how good that tasted, but I tell you what, there is nothing like a warm cup of coffee, fresh coffee, and a warm breakfast when it's a really cold day out at the campsite. Also, what was really nice was the one thing that I thought I never wanted in a vehicle, and that was heated seats. See, I'm kind of a base model guy. That's probably me telling you that right now. When I get a truck, I want column shift, I want cloth seats, and there we go. I want her to get her done. But the heated seats came in so clutch. When that back was screaming, I sat in that truck with the heater going, and I had those heated seats cranked to high. And, man, that loosened my back up. I probably sat in there for a good 30 to 45 minutes, to be honest. But after that, I felt a lot better. And especially with that breakfast in me, I was ready to go for the day. Well, what's going to happen? Heck, I don't know. But, yeah, there we go. Folks, I guess I didn't realize that last night I didn't record what my meal plan was for this. I decided that I wanted to eat out here as healthy and as fresh foods as I could. Also do it on a budget without breaking the bank. So this week, prior to coming out here. 2 nights I did some crock pot cooking, and man, it turned out good. One night was vegetable beef soup, what I had leftovers of last night, and the other night was ham and bean soup, which is what I'm having right now. Everything was from scratch, natural, good stuff. It turned out so fantastic. It's a little chilly today still, and it's 35, so it isn't bad. It's actually pretty nice out, but this is going to take the edge off this afternoon as it just sits here and cooks up in front of my face. Oof. And fill me with some nutrition. And for breakfast, I had that My Honey's Kitchen, which is just, it's too bad that they're no more, because man, that biscuits and gravy was good. I think it was like 352 calories for the whole thing, and it's 1 o'clock. I had that at 9, 8. And it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm not really that hungry, but I realized if I don't eat now, I'm probably not going to eat until dinner, so I should get her done. What am I going to have for dinner? I got some My Honey's Kitchen stuff. I might end up doing that, or I still got two more containers of soup. But the whole thing is I got fresh stuff, and it was so easy. I made it in the crock pot, put it in Tupperware, threw it in the fridge, and then when I was ready to go, threw it in the Yeti, and here we go. And you can do it. And I tell you what, each one of these soups, I think it cost $15, and fed the whole family, and I had enough leftovers. Crazy. Here we go. I just pulled it off the fire. It is all reheated, and let me tell you what, look at that soup. That is a ton of goodness, warmth, and nutrition in a bowl. And I made the whole batch for probably what it cost me for 4 cans of this crap from the store. Amazing. Anyway, I'm going to get to eating lunch. These fresh veggies and goodness in me. And I'll get back to you later. That was good. That was just what I needed on a cold day. And again, I can't stress enough how simple that is, that any of you can make it. Just so you know, all I used, dried beans, soaked them, and then some fresh celery, fresh carrots, added a couple of fresh potatoes, some ham hocks, and some secret seasonings, some seasoning to the mix, and some chicken broth. And I just let that cook all day on low for like 10 hours. And it was good that night, but there is something about it over a campfire. I can't summarize how dang good it was. So I am tempted to have the other container of it, but that's too much for today. I must save that for dinner. Yeah. Vegetable beef sounds good, but man, the ham and bean was good. Anyway, I want to get back to watching this fire and just hanging out. This is my little vacation. Not sure if I'm going to make it to any sessions this afternoon. There's one I'm for sure I want to, but we'll see how it goes. I tell you what, now that I've figured out this little Odo whatever fire pit, she works like a champ. As an FYI, what I've figured out is remove the bottom grate if you're using firewood. Then it goes. I was having a heck of a time with it yesterday. Now it is just rocking. So let's see here by the fire. Look out at this beautiful view. Look at that. I'm just loving it. I'm just watching it across there. I don't know if y'all can see it, but there's some cows, and then the smell of fires and people laughing. Oh, what a wonderful weekend. All right, tubes. It's time for a little, I don't know what you call this, dinner. A little early dinner, probably. I think we're gonna have this My Honey's Kitchen Chili Mac. It is a darn shame that these folks aren't doing freeze-dried meals anymore, because that biscuits and gravy I had for breakfast this morning, holy smokes. So this is sounding pretty good before tonight's presentations and giveaways, but this, you can see, it's got some good nutrition to it, got some good calories. It's gonna be pretty good tonight. We are boiling our water in the Pathfinder canteen cup, using the old MSR Pocket Rocket I've had for ages on the old MSR fuel. And gotta crank her up a little bit more. I need to get a new can of fuel. Anyway, we're gonna have that here for a little early snack. I don't know if this is gonna make it in the video or not. By the way, this has been clutch. These things, sold on them. All right, back later. Well, we're waiting for dinner to cook. Got just some nice views out here. Look at this. And then we turn. We have a barnyard outdoors. Woo! I tell you what, these two little fire pits have been fantastic. The I don't know which one's that you have?
This is the Camping Moon.
Camping Moon. I like that it has the ashtray on the bottom. That's really nice. I really like that. And it's bigger. But man, the Otoland, this thing, for what is it, 25 bucks on freaking Amazon? Hard to beat. It's getting a little chilly. It's still nice out. We're looking forward to the last presentation here in a little bit. And then hopefully I'm going to win some cool stuff. Last year I won the MCC bag. I don't think I'm going to be that lucky this year, but you never know. We're settling in to the last night here at winter camp. And I tell you what, it's been cold. It's been difficult. I've got zero regrets. It has been a hell of an experience. Great people, great hosts, just an amazing venue. Again, cold, but I wouldn't trade sitting on the couch and watching Netflix for this in a billion years. Get out, enjoy nature. If my old fat butt can do it, you can. Two good fires going to cap off the night. All right, Chris from BarnYard Outdoors. What do you think of the Midwest Bushcraft Show winter camp this year?
Oh, another great one. I'll be here next year.
Yep, absolutely, 100%. Randy from hopefully Randerland Outdoors. Randy, what do you think? The elusive.
Good event.
What's that?
It was a good event.
Yeah.
Scored 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's been a great camp. It's been cold as hell, but you know what? As Randy said, and we did all weekend, we embraced the suck. Now, y'all, when you come to the Midwest Bushcraft Show, this kind of hospitality you can expect. Fellers that create a warming tent where, Randy, you got a wood stove with pie. You got gumbo, and then look at this selection of bourbon. They brought Johnny Walker Blue Label Holiday Blanton's Maker. Lord in heaven. What do you think, Randy? Oh, and Randy's favorite, the Knob Creek 9. Randerland Outdoors. Do you endorse?
I endorse.
Good. Me too. Tell you what, the best people you'll ever meet is out this freaking place.
Thank you, three brothers.
Thank you, three brothers. Hell yeah. Well, it turns out that would be the last clip I took at the Bushcraft Show itself. And in fact, I took so much less video and did so many less things than I thought I would. Simply because once I got down there, I couldn't help but enjoying myself. I said it in the video and I'll say it again. You will meet the best people you've ever met in your life down there. Everybody's willing to lend a hand. Everybody's willing to lend their knowledge. And it's just such a great, great event. I know the name bushcraft might scare some people off. It's not like that. I mean, you guys, I was walking around Saturday in insulated track pants. My bottoms were insulated track pants and my Bush Light Crocs, okay? You don't have to be Survivor Man to have a good time. Everybody out there just wants to share their love of the outdoors and help out. And as one of the guys from Three Brothers Bushcraft put it so perfectly, he said, I don't want to take away from the presenters and the presentations, but I feel like I learned more from you guys just sitting around the campfire at times than I learned from those. And boy, is that true. Everybody just wants to help out. Everybody wants to have a good time. There's another Bushcraft Show coming up, the summer one at the end of July. I'll put the link down below. Absolutely sign up for it. I would like, speaking of that, I would like to just take another minute to thank Jason and Shane for putting such an amazing event on. Again, I look forward to this every year. This is probably one of my top, this is in my top 2 of my vacations I take every year. That's just such a fantastic event, and I enjoy it so much. I'd also like to thank my friends Chris and Randy for telling me about it and introducing me to it, and for for picking us out a good campsite every year. It's just, man, I go through all this video and I sit here and I watch it. I'm like, gosh dang, that was a good time. Even though I was freezing my butt off, that was a good time. Now, I say that was the last video I took from the actual event itself, and that's true. There is another clip. I don't know if I'm going to put it in or not. I'm probably not going to put the whole thing in. That I took from the Holiday Inn in Lebanon, Missouri that night. Now, what does that mean? That means that throughout the day, I just couldn't get my back in order. It's what happened. I did too much. I did anybody with a bad back will tell you the BLT, bed lift twist. Don't do all three of those things to your back if you have a bad back. I did. I screwed it up. I was paying for it. I could have slept at the campsite Saturday night. I could have. However, I needed to get back into Lincoln by 4 p.m. pretty much at the latest on Sunday, which meant I had to leave the campsite by 10 a.m. at the absolute latest to safely get back, counting P-stops, not counting any emergencies or anything else happening that had been pushing it. I knew based on what happened Saturday morning with my back locking up that there was literally no way that if I slept on the ground again and had to, put my foot on that cold ground in the middle of the night, my body instinctively sprung me up and locked my back up. There's no way I was getting home, all right? I was going to be alone in my truck. I'd probably still be alone in my truck up by 1 in the afternoon at that point. It just kind of was one of those things where I had to make the call, and it was a tough call. And here's the crazy part about it. It's the entire time I sat in that damn hotel room. In a nice hotel room, by the way, I got it for free. Thank you, American Express and Delta Sky Miles. A lot of points, so I ended up getting it for free. It was a nice hotel room, comfortable bed. But I missed my tent. I missed being out there the entire dang time. I don't care. I even had to, the funniest part about it, I turned on the frickin' air conditioner because it felt too hot in there. So, yeah. The mistakes made, the lessons learned from it were absolutely positively gotta sleep on a cot with this back. It's just how it is. I think my buddy Randy, if I would have listened to him and I would have cogitated what he was telling me about running the outlet for the diesel heater underneath my cot, been totally fine. I wouldn't have had the cold side in the back. I'm sure that the Outlaw Camper will chime in here about his experiences with cots on above cold ground. But yeah, it's a thing, man. It wasn't the time I've done it. It's the only part of my body that got cold. So that's why I made the decision to sleep on the ground. It was a 50-50 mix. It was warm, but back hurt. So had I not had to shovel snow that day, I'd probably been fine too. Absolutely. I slept on the ground. I actually did a trial run at our fall camp out, which is a multi-day camp out we do in the fall. I was fine on the ground. It's just it was just the combination, I think, of the shoveling snow, the cold, my body deciding the second that my feet were cold that I needed to jump up. That just kind of did me in. So anyway, it ended up good. Again, thank you so much to Jason and Shane for an amazing event. Chris and Randy for introducing me to it. And I want to throw a big shout out to Three Brothers Bushcraft. Those guys are just, they're the ones that put on the hospitality tent. And like I said, look at that whiskey selection in that tent. I mean, you're talking a lot of money worth of whiskey there that those boys brought for anybody to drink. And then they made gumbo and they were giving it out. And then they had, that homemade pie. I didn't have any because I knew that I couldn't, but what have you. I could smell it and I could see it. They're the ones that actually are going to be, I think they're going to be some of the hosts for they are the hosts for the Summer Bushcraft Show. Correction, Ben. So, again, just want to thank you for coming with me on this adventure. I know I had so many different videos planned. This ended up, what's hilarious about this, and if you're watching till the end, I think I ended up taking 2.5 hours worth of video, 48 clips, and that condensed down into what this is going to be, 25-30 minutes. Just wanted to kind of tell a story with this one. And when I got down there, I was going to I was going to try to take clips of every presentation and this and that. You know what? Ended up just sitting down, having a great time. And that's what it's all about. Getting outdoors, having a good time. Please take a minute to check out the Midwest Bushcraft Show website. Sign up for it. Come visit us down there. Also, please support your local animal shelter. If you don't have one, I've linked some down below that you can support. And also take care of yourselves, go outside. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for joining me.